I'm at Allendale Columbia right now, but I moved to Georgia when I was 15. So Google Forms has lots and lots of uses. They have things that are already pre-made. Like I used this course evaluation for the end of this course, and it was so amazing. I only had to change a few different things. So they have ready-made templates for you, which makes life so much easier. Today we're going to be working on the blank quiz. And like I kind of said in the beginning, we are going to learn how to access Google Forms through the Google Apps. We will create a short 2 to 3 question quiz with the help from me. And we will learn how to share the assessment. Okay, so these are the steps for you to access Google Forms. You're going to go to that little waffle area on Google. Oh, it hasn't? Okay. Okay. So you're fine. I will help you when it comes up. Yes, that's right. So go right over here, and then you're going to go down. If it's not down there, hit more.
Yeah,
Right there. And it's that purple sign, and you guys can just stay right there. Yep, perfect. I want you to click on the blank quiz right over here. And it's going to take you to just a blank quiz. From here, you can name your quiz. All right, so what type of questions can we add on Google Forms? There's lots and lots of different questions, and this is just an overview over here. Like I said, we're going to just focus on the basics. So the 3 areas that we're going to focus on are multiple choice, check boxes, and drop down. All right, so I created a little short video here, and this is just going to go over how you can add questions. So I'm going to give you some time to complete your first question, which is the checkbox. Another answer. And it would just say other. So if you want to add a different one, another one, you just go down here.
What did I do that you didn't?
You hit add other.
Okay, let me go back. What did I do? Okay, I started here because I think that's what I did. Oh, I did add options or add other.
No, but that's what you want.
But
I
I
want
want
to add option. Or you can just go down like that with your down arrow.
Okay, so I couldn't.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, I love it.
So how about you, how many points it's worth?
Okay, so then you go down here to the answer key.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
After I add, because there's only going to be 1 point for the question, what do I
Okay.
do next?
So then you have to click on the right answer.
Oh! Okay,
Yep,
that's it?
that's it. And then you go back to edit question. And that's,
And so, like, if I were to give this to someone and they check this, then this would automatically show up as the right answer?
yep. You guys did it. So I'm going to just show you, because in a few minutes I'm going to have you add 2 more questions. And I have a sheet, that's really hard to say, a sheet for you to take with you. So you can do this.
I like that.
Again and again.
Because I'm.
Let's say we're all done with adding our questions. If you want to preview to see exactly what the kids will see, we're gonna preview it. And this is where you will preview it. There's this little eye in the top. Is everyone there? Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Little eye. You got the eye? Thumbs up, thumbs up. Thank you. I'm gonna just show you first the preview.
Our screen or on their screen, the view score thing.
It will be on their screen.
Okay.
Think of me as a student right
Okay,
now
all right.
taking this.
Yeah, okay.
So then I can review on my Chromebook what I got wrong. The correct answer is where.
So yeah, that can even be like an exit ticket or a review. It doesn't have to be like, oh, you got 20 out of 50, you're failing. It can just be like a good.
Exactly. It's a nice check. like for you
And
to
for them.
see, yeah, like some quick assessment to see where they're at and then inform your instruction based on that. Okay, so now we want to review the settings. Okay, so I'm going to go up to my gear. Maybe. Okay. So the first is general. I want to collect the email addresses. So that is what the first question will be. That's what you guys said. How come you have the email address and I don't? So again, this just says L&L Columbia just because I'm in that organization. You can check this if you only want the students to complete one assignment or one quiz. So we can check that as well.
Oh, so it can be kind of like they can go and they say they got 2 out of 5, but then they're gonna keep going back and doing it till it's right. So you think, oh, they got this, but they don't really.
Yeah, well, and there's a way for us to see how many times. Because if you're collecting email addresses,
They have to
you
put
can
it in.
see, oh, Johnny took this assessment 3 times,
Got it, okay.
and it's time stamps it.
Okay, so,
That cuts down on that. Presentation, there's some other really cool things in this. You can shuffle the question order so that, I want to look and see what you're doing, but you can't because we're on different questions. I think that's a really good option. And I don't think you're going to be using, you don't really need the progress bar unless it's like
a billion questions, yeah.
but you're not completing a billion question test.
Yeah.
So you can change the confirmation message, which will be at the end once they submit the form. And then it's already assigning this as a quiz. You can turn the Chromebooks on lock mode so that the kids cannot search anything else. They are on that one quiz. Again, all of this is on the cheat sheet, so you don't have to remember all of this. It's all on my cheat sheet. So I'm saving that. How do I send this to my students?
You're probably wondering, how am I going to get this out to my students? Well, here's our little send button up here. And you can email it to your students. You can also just share the link with your students. You can use Canvas.
I have your guidelines here. So 3 questions using at least 2 different question types. So we've already done a checkbox. So you can do multiple choice or drop down. Steps is to share your assignment or quiz to me right here.
Who did Edgar Allan Poe marry? The kids
Oh my
were
gosh,
freaking-
you were like, you're a rock star. Do you want to look at the settings first?
Sure.
Look here,
Oh, I didn't even
there. Okay.
What is the benefit of having the kids put in their email address?
Just so that you know who is sending you the test.
Okay, so they don't put their email address and do it where it came from.
Or what you can do is the first part of it could be, what is their name?
Oh, okay.
So you'll just have to add that,
Okay.
their email addresses.
Yeah.
Okay,
But
well
then
then,
email address would be like,
A
Yeah.
25-minute process?
yeah.
okay.
I mean,
we don't-
getting
We don't want that.
it takes my 9th graders like 5 prompts to take out your agenda. So for them to type that and choose right, that would be like the whole.
So then
Yeah.
all you would
what do we
do
do for that then?
is you would just create, let's go back, I'll show you how to create that, and it would be a short answer.
Oh, okay.
So you
So,
go back up here, sorry. And I want to be right
Oh, you're
here.
added up there. Okay.
So I want to add a
Oh, so you
question
can
up
choose where
there.
it's added within the form.
Welcome, everyone. Thanks for coming.
Thanks for having us.
I just want to first introduce myself. I'm an instructional technology student. I'm doing my practicum right now, all online at Georgia Southern. So I started that when I was still at Georgia and continue that since I moved up here. I was born in Buffalo. I'm a Georgia Bulldog, went to Georgia for college, and then I also really love everything on the Google suite. So now, we're just gonna share just briefly around your name, your subject area, and one fact about yourself. Travis, you wanna start it?
Sure. My name is Travis. I do upper school science. Fun fact about myself, I'm thinking about getting a puppy taxes.
For a lot of years growing up, and I have delivered twin lambs. So I was like in high school.
That's so cool.
Yeah. Wow. Nice. I can't compete with that. I'm Morgan Scott. I'm the 7th grade English teacher. And fun fact.
And thank you all for introducing yourselves. But today, we are going to focus on the blank quiz. The goals are to increase the use of digital assessment tools to inform our teaching and increase student engagement and learning. So there's 2 different activities we're going to complete today. One is just the blank quiz and adding at least 3 different types of questions on the quiz. Another activity is for those who are already pretty familiar with Google Forms. You can complete a digital differentiated activity, which could inform your teaching and also help your kids review some things. So I will go into that a little bit more. And these participants who know a little bit more about Google Forms, I'm going to have you kind of during your work session work somewhat independently, and I'll of course be around to help you. So our first objectives are that we will create a short 2 or 3 question digital assessment, and I have step-by-step tutorials. I also have cheat sheets for you to help you. I've created YouTube videos that you can reference during your work session as well. And then you will learn how to share your assessment and assignment digitally with your students at the completion of this work session. Instead of sharing it with your students, you're going to share it with me, and that is going to be your assessment for this PB. We are a Google school. I think everyone knows how to access their Gmail. Correct? Yes. Give me a thumbs up. Okay. And then if you want to follow along with me, I think that might be the best way to kind of go about this. Because right now I'm going to do like step-by-step tutorial. It'll waffle once you get onto Google. And just give me a thumbs up when you have clicked there, and then you've also clicked the purple form.
Well, there it is.
Sherry, how are you?
I'm good.
Good? Okay.
All right.
All right, then we're going to click on the blank quiz here. And once you do that, you should see what I see.
I got asked to take a tour, but I won't do
Oh, don't take a tour.
that now. Okay.
I'm giving you a tour.
Way more fun.
So much more fun. What you do now is name both areas on the header and down here. Sometimes it does it automatically. Today we're going to focus on these 3 questions. Now you see here that you can add a whole bunch of different questions. But for the purposes of today, we're just going to focus on multiple choice, checkbox, and the drop-down functions.
The first question we're going to create is going to be a checkbox. So you will just click on the untitled question and backspace and go over here to your drop-down and then choose your option. Again, I'm going to choose a checkbox for my first question. And my first question is, which shapes?
So, I'm going to have you guys try the checkbox now. And I'm going to kind of coming on, don't worry. And you would use the chat boxes like I showed if you have multiple correct answers. So think of a question, I know it's kind of hard off the top of your head, but think of a question that would have multiple correct answers.
So,
Great question.
Ms. Shaw, I have a question for you. How do you change the order of the questions?
For the kids?
Yeah, like I don't, like I thought of another option, but this is my last one, is sort of like a fun one.
How do you want that to be?
No, I don't want this one to be last, I want this to be. Yeah.
So let me see, I think she can.
Yeah, she has to do it.
So you can put that right there. There you go. And you just need to have that like the little dots there.
Yeah.
To be able to move.
Oh, great, wonderful.
So you can move this wherever.
Okay, thank you.
Now, if you guys could look right up at me. If you finish your question, you can then practice the answer key. And assigning points to your checkbox question.
Love that answer, Kate.
Okay. It's nice to have the computer, you know, great for you.
I've never done that.
Oh. You can then preview your assessment. So let's say I have 5 questions on my assessment. It's a quick little assessment just to give me some information about how my students are doing. I'm going to preview the assessment, and you do that with that little eye. But this is what the respondents, or what you saw when I emailed it to you. So that's just a good way for you as you're creating your quiz to see, oh, how are my students going to see this? And then you can review settings by going to the gear. This is also where you can click that you want your question order shuffled. So if you have students that like to look at each other's Chromebooks or MacBooks, you can shuffle the question order. All right, and then last thing is, how do I send this to my students? So I have a quick little video here to show you that.
You're probably wondering, how am I going to get this out to my students? Well, here's our little send button up here. And you can email it to your students. You can also just share the link with your students. I know you use Canvas, so you can add this to Canvas, or for those of you who use Google Classroom, you can also copy this and add it right to your Google Classroom.
Now, it's your turn to use the drop-down and multiple choice. So you have to create 2 additional questions with drop-down and multiple choice. Once you're done, you're going to send your assignment to me. So you're going to have to share it. You're going to go back up to that little send button and then type in my email address. If you're still lost, I'm here. And I also have a cheat sheet that goes over all of the instructions with screenshots and everything for each step of the way. But those of you who are like, this is boring, I need a challenge, because, you know.
Overachievers.
Overachiever.
Yeah, it's actually not boring.
Those of you who want a challenge and want to learn something different and new and exciting, which I was really excited to learn about it, so those of you who want to do that. I have a video down here, and this is going to give you step-by-step instructions on how to create a digital differentiated assessment. So what that means is a kid answers a question, and it's called branching. Kid answers a question, they answer it incorrectly. It will then lead them to a review, like a review video, a review article. And then the kid that answers it correctly goes on to the next question. Now, those of you who want to do level 2, I'm asking you to just do only 2 of these questions because it involves a bit more